My name is Michael Abraham, and I recently released a book called Chasing the Powhatan Arrow. The subtitle is A Travelogue in Economic Geography. Here's why I wrote it. Ever wonder why some communities are more successful than others? I think about this a lot. When I grew up in Christiansburg, Virginia, it had about 6,000 people. Today there are about 22,000 people. It's been successful. Meanwhile, back in the 1960s, Bluefield, West Virginia had around 20,000 people. Today, it only has about 12,000. There are dozens of 8- and 10-story buildings in Bluefield that will probably need to be destroyed because there's just no occupants in them. It's been an unsuccessful community, yet these two cities are only 6 to 8 miles apart. Why is Christiansburg doing so much better? I believe this has to do with the decisions that communities make. This was the first factor that led me to write the book, Chasing the Powhatan Arrow. Second, I was struck by the enormous interest in the N&W, the Norfolk and Western, and their 611 locomotive when it was put back into service a couple of years ago for excursion use. It had been stored at the Virginia Museum of Transportation in Roanoke for about 20 years. Apparently people really love steam locomotives, and thousands of people came out to watch it. Factor number 3, there are companies in this area that have been around for many, many years. We went past a company in Shawsville, Virginia that I was familiar with, a company that had been in business for over 150 years, basically following the same business model. They've been profitable for all those years. Why are some companies profitable for many, many decades, and yet others flame out very quickly? I love writing travelogues. I'm always thinking about travel opportunities and interesting places to visit. So I envisioned a trip from Norfolk, Virginia to Cincinnati, Ohio, following the route of the old Powhatan Arrow. I made some appointments to meet professionals, rail fans, and other knowledgeable people, but I also ran into hobos, street people, Hatfields, and just everyday people that were out along the route. I'd love to come and talk to your group, your civic group, your historic society, or your book club about my book. Give me a shout if you'd like me to speak, and I'll be there as soon as I can.